Hey everyone, so today we're doing a review slash overview video of a modified BRS Barebones. The work was done by a guy named Ian Pekarsky, also known as CMF Metalworks. I'll post a link in the description below so you guys can check out his work. So before we get to the video, let's just take a look at the stock BRS Barebones. For those of you who don't know, this is the cheapest model of their three flagship models. The first being Barebones, then Replicant, then Alpha Beast. So this one retails at $225. So this is an unmodified stock version. They don't have the latch, but the latch is the same thing as the Replicant latch. So there you go. There you have it. So this is the modified Barebones. So right off the bat, you can obviously tell that the blade shape is very different. Ian has put a super sweet hollow grind, and he's converted this bowie, or I don't know what you can call it bowie, but this blade into a sick tonto. And he's also done a terrific job on crowning that spine, if you can see that right there. He's crowned even this top part here too. So let's take a look at the handles. He's rounded the handles, so you can see on this stock Barebones that the Barebones uses chamfered edges. It's just a straight angle chamfer right there. And this modified Barebones has this really beautiful satin finish across the handles, and it's nice and round. It's super smooth. And right off the bat, I noticed that he's cleaned up the milling marks, or the milling mistakes rather. So you take a look at this one. A lot of the Barebones have this issue right here. See that right in the center, that little dent right there? This is like a common issue. It's really not a big deal, but throughout some of the slots, you can catch small nicks and dents. I think there should be one right there too. It's really small, but you can see them across all the chevrons here that there were some tooling mistakes, and Ian has cleaned that up on this one. It's all nice and even here. I think the only thing I could really complain about is that for the sharpening job he did, oops, can we focus on the right Barebones? For the sharpening job he did, it's a little off the grind. See that? See where the grinds diverge? It looks like the angling of the sharpening is a little bit to the left there. And it's not a perfectly sharp point like it is on most production tonto blades, but I mean, he did all this by hand, so it's really not a big deal. It looks perfect the way it is. Well, another thing is that he gave it a sharpening notch right here. See that? See the little cutout he did in the blade? It's probably a little bit too big. It's not necessary for it to be that big, but it's not a big deal. Take a look here. This one, this Barebones, the stock Barebones, doesn't have that sharpening notch. For those of you who don't know, it's the reason why I call it sharpening notch is that when you're using a sharpener, you're going back and forth on the blade. It's really common to rub against this front part, the start of the grind here. And so if the edge starts out a little bit in front of that, you don't run into accidentally grinding on this edge here. So that was nice of him to do. He told me that this is $245 worth of modification work, and his books won't be open until late January 2017. But for those of you who are looking for high quality modification jobs like this, I highly recommend that you go to Ian. It is on the expensive side for a lot of flippers, but I mean, this puts this knife like in a completely different league. I think for this blade shape, it's a little too hollowed out, because for me personally, it's a little bit handle heavy, but I would still much rather flip this than this, just because it's just infinitely more comfortable on these edges. He did forget to sand or grind down the Zen nub right here. Let me focus on it. But this is really simple. Anyone can just take sandpaper to it. In the future, he says that for all his modification jobs, he'll be taking care of this for everybody. But terms of the fit and finish, everything is super clean. You know, the handles are perfectly symmetrical, and I really couldn't ask for more. So yeah, that's my overall impression of this Barebones modified by CMF Metalworks, and I highly recommend that you guys check them out. All right, thanks for watching.